write about the simulation process, write about the simulation results, write about the design work and design results, for example. Write about your idea, write about your internet searches and internet findings, write from some books or papers or chapter books about your research field. All of them are free writing. Okay. After this, develop an overall argument. It means that you must shape to your writing. You must structurize or configured your writing. Try writing a thesis statement or abstract. By this work, by shaping your writing, have an argument. It is really argument about the previous works, your work, your findings, comparison between previous work and your findings, and then a conclusion about your findings. It is really an argument. By this kind of work, try writing a thesis statement or thesis abstract. After this argument, after the free writing, you can write an abstract about what you do up to now. Okay? Develop an outline. And this, the next stage or the next step in writing. It means that after the free writing, after configuration of your writing, after your argument, you must develop your writing, develop your article. Maybe you focus on writing only. Develop an outline. Maybe you think about which kind of works I must do to have a better, for example, argument, to have a better document, to have a better conclusion. This means develop an outline. And then write the process, write about your work, and then revise. As you see, revise, it means that the revise step is too much important, because in free writing you may have some mistakes, you may have some misunderstandings. In argument you may have some less important figures or plots. In developing an outline, maybe you only focus on development, and you develop an outline, maybe you focus on your development or development process, and you forgot about your previous writings and previous sections. In revise, you must have a judgment about your writing. In revise, you must read your writings and then change them to have a better documentation. Okay, go back and rewrite introduction if necessary. Introduction of the writing is about some motivation, about your motivation, your research motivations, your research application, your research importance, and your research literature review. Okay. And the importance the goals, and some reviews may be changed by the time. Then you may rewrite your introduction. You may change your introduction. You may add some additional tips into your introduction. Then you must have this kind of consideration that introduction is very important, and by the time you may change your introduction because maybe your considerations may change by the time in your research work. Okay, another important thing in writing, developing an argument. As we say, argument is too much important. Argument, it is an argument between previous works and your work, between theory and some basic theory notes and some experimental or practical works, between other works and their findings and your work and your findings. Then argument is too much important. And now we have this question: which kind of works we must do to reach a development about our argument? Okay, let us see the works. Link theory with research to justify your conclusion. It is too much important. To have a good argument, to have a better argument, you must link between two important things: the theory, the basic theory, and your research findings. It can help you in your conclusion, in your argument, in your comparison. Argument should link sections of your report into a coherent story. Really, argument is in whole of your writing, in whole of your documentation. When you write your introduction, you have an argument really between previous work and your work or your goal. When you write your experimental results or experimental statements, it is really an argument between your kind of work, your kind of experiments, and previous works and previous experiments. Then, to reach a good documentation, you must consider this kind of argument in all sections of your writing: in introduction, in your experiments, in your results, in your conclusion, in your abstract, in your literature review, and in your methodology and other parts of your writing. Okay, up to now we speak about some general notes, some general points in writing. Now we want to introduce you the main parts of the writing and then introduce each of them, speak about them, and by this work we will end the class. Okay, another step is the general format of the writing. The writing